Alright everybody, welcome back to the stream. I am going to attempt to finish this campaign through their Kingdom Death Launcher, which is a pretty great program actually. I'm not quite sure. It should go pretty well. I'm hoping that I can once the lives are finished, that I'll actually be able to post them into that playlist that I started for our first Kingdom Death campaign, but we're gonna have to see for sure. I'm not totally positive. I think I'm going to try to set up a regular streaming schedule for this, so I'll do something along the lines of maybe trying to do a campaign year every Sunday at probably 7-ish o'clock, and hopefully can be pretty consistent on that. So tonight I'm not totally sure if I'm going to actually stream a campaign or not. We'll just kind of have to see the way it goes. I've transferred all the data over from the previous campaign where we were on the physical board. So, but I do think that I want to start this back off by hunting the white lion again. So, we'll just have to see kind of how that goes here. And forgive me, I'm still trying to get down all the controls and everything like that. So it could be a little bit slow here out the gate. Hopefully not too bad, but you never know. They do have one really nice option that you can, I believe, you can click on the monster and we can set up a showdown for a level 1, and it will actually randomly generate the, it'll shuffle the hit location deck, randomly generate the AI, and put terrain out, which is honestly pretty amazing. So we are definitely going to give this a go. I'm pretty confident in it. Could be slow here off the bat, but if you notice up in the top left, I've actually linked in a different window the Kingdom Death Scribe app, which is honestly huge for kind of the companion side of playing this game. You can keep track of all of your characters in here, and so that's a super nice feature. So we left off in our last video fighting the Butcher, where we lost a survivor and all of his gear, which hurt really bad because it was a full set of leather gear. So we're going to get back to the farming side of things, and I think we're just going to do it nice and comfortably and go after the white lion in this. So let's see how that goes. If we are doing a level 1 white lion, we have to start it off with the hunt phase here, and I think he was right there. Yep. So what it doesn't set up for us is the hunt board. So we'll have to shuffle this up a few times, and then I'll have to draw a few of these face down, and I think it went in the first spot. And then the second spot. And then in here we get the random hunt event, which we'll want to pull that up on our table here. So we'll go to contents and to our story event, or hunt events. They've really tried to optimize this, and I've got to say it is way better than when it started. It's got some serious potential for some people that want to still play Kingdom Death but maybe can't meet together on a regular basis or live in different states or cities. This could be huge. So we'll just go ahead and oops, I see what I've done here. This is actually facing the wrong way. I don't want to start on the starvation side. Just want to pick this up. Go there and there. So I apologize for that. And I'm just going to grab one of our survivors to track the group just because moving them all at the same time is not the easiest. So maybe as I get a little more skilled with the online program, I'll be able to do that a little bit better. But I kind of took the time to set out all of our locations and our current innovations, and I think eventually I'd like to have all of the quarries stacked here with their cards, because otherwise you have to go into the box to find their cards, and then you actually have to exit the table and walk over to the shelf to to pick up their miniatures, which is honestly a really cool feature. But I think it'd be quicker for us if I can just kind of get them all lined out here on this giant table. So I believe we are kind of ready to pick our starting survivors and then depart. So if we run over here to our companion app, I'm going to go ahead and add Alistair. Have him join the departing because we got a red token here for him. And then we'll get Bubbles in there since she's green. We'll get Urza in there, blue. And then I think I'm just going to add Barristan. Barristan's got a couple little issues, but I think that's okay. And they don't actually have a yellow uh, tag to keep track in this app, so I'm going to just go with white because that's what they have here. So we'll go ahead and add him to departing. So if we come over here to departing, select our monster, it's a showdown. Just a level 1 white lion to try to get comfortable on this program. And then Barristan's Endless Babble. When you depart, departing survivors gain an insanity. So I'm actually curious to see if this app will keep track of that itself or if I'll have to do that. We'll know because Alistair has 6 insanity. So when we depart, that will definitely let us know. Automatic departing bonus is applied, but he did not gain an insanity. So yeah, we will go ahead and manage departing survivors, give them all an insanity, and close that out. 7, 1, 3, and 11. Survival is all updated because the app does take into account any gear you have in your loadout. That actually reminds me that Alistair has the rawhide gear set, so I think it would be worth grabbing that out of here. I'm sure they have armor sets in here, hopefully. Yep, right there. So let's go ahead and pull those out. Set them right here. Not lantern, not yet. We want to view the deck. We just want to grab rawhide. Oops. It's not seeming to want me to be able to grab it, which is not great. I know it works better if you can get it on the left side of the screen. There we go. So rawhide for Alistair. Let's see if we can't flip that. Bingo. Okay, and we will just set that right here by stuff. Not too important because we have it on the companion app. So with all that in mind, I think we are good to, we did depart them. So we would have started the hunt phase. So we can come over here. And we'll just work in order of this app here for event revealers. So we'll start things off with Alistair revealing, and then Barristan, Bubbles, and Urza. So to start with Alistair, let's go ahead and flip this card, which we can just do, use an F. So we got White Lion Cub. The survivors find a white lion. They may choose to slay the cub. If they do, each survivor gains one random basic resource, and the event revealer rolls on the table below. Yes. Yeah, we're definitely going to do this. You cannot pass up the chance for free resources. So let's jump in here and grab those basic resources out. Stack them puppies right here, and we need to draw 4 random basic resources. So I do believe there's a hotkey for drawing a random. Maybe not. We'll just shuffle it a few times, and then we will, we'll pretty much just draw 4. So 1, 2, uh-oh, 3, there's a hide, and 4. Three bones and a hide out of that. So after we do that, 1 random, and then the event revealer rolls on the table below. So we'll have Alistair roll this, and we'll roll it with this cool white die. The only thing I don't love about this is that you kind of have to literally shake the die up and toss it. But one of the coolest features I think they really have is you can hold V on the keyboard if you want a dramatic dice roll. So like if you're looking for the final hit on a showdown or something like that, you hold V, roll it, and it does it in a slow motion roll. 9, which is, just a really funny, cool feature they put in there. And if you roll a lantern on that, there's actually a really big, like, volcanic explosion that happens out of the dice. It's pretty cool. So 8 through 10, nothing happens. We'll take that all day. Now it would be Barristan's turn to reveal our next event. And so we want to flip that. Scratching grounds. Claw marks scar the ground. The survivors may choose to investigate. Each survivor that investigates gains +1 courage and rolls on the table. Looks like we can suffer 1 arms damage, but odds are nothing happens, and we could get a lion claw, so we're definitely all 4 going to investigate. So what's really nice about this app is now we can jump over here to the app, and since we're all 4 going to investigate, we can just do manage all departing, give them all 1 understanding, I believe is what it was. And Alistair achieved insight. So let's double check and make sure that it was an understanding and not a courage. Gains a courage. So my bad. Let's go ahead and take those understandings away. Give everybody a courage. Alistair still achieves bold. So I'm going to attempt to do everything in program here just so you guys can see everything. So let's go to our book. We should be able to go to contents, and I believe it should be a story event. Nope, bold right there. So we bolded during the hunt phase, so he will get prepared. When rolling to determine a straggler, add your hunt XP. I like that. So we'll go to Alistair, other. In his courage section, his ability will be prepared. And that reminds us of what prepared does there. So again, this app is really very stellar. Now we need to go ahead and roll. So we just roll 1d10, and then we'll come back to that. So let's just grab a random die, go ahead and roll that. 5. 4 through 7 is gain +1 understanding, which is actually going to trigger his next event, I think. So other, +1 understanding, which did. So let's go back to this, go to contents. It's not bold this time, it's insight. So this was once again in the hunt phase, so he gets explore, which is really nice to have on hunt stuff. I prefer tinker, but we won't be picky. We'll just roll with what we get. So we need to roll yet another d10. Oops. Let's roll another one. Pick this up here, give it a toss. A 6. 6 tells me gain 3 survival and 3 insanity. Okay. So Alistair, he can't gain any survival, but he sure can gain that 3 insanity. I don't know how I feel about that, but it is what it is. With that in mind, though, let's go ahead and... I didn't know you could click on that. Let's go ahead and move on to our next one, which will actually be a random hunt event here. These are not ever very friendly. So we're going to roll 2 dice. We'll let this black dice represent the ones place. And then, where did that white die go? There it is. The white die will represent the tens place. So let's go ahead and maybe do a little dramatic roll here. 78. And this turned a page for some reason. But for 78, we need to go back to the contents and to our hunt events. And then 78, we got to flip some pages. Alright, we got Dead Great Game Hunter. I think I've had this one before. I think it's a pretty good one. The survivors find a corpse dressed in brightly colored clothing, clutching something to its chest. The event revealer may investigate. If they do, they gain +1 courage and roll a d10. If any survivor has a whip, which we don't, otherwise we can roll again and move. So our event revealer on this one is technically Bubbles, if we're just moving down the line. So she actually won't get any bonus to her roll, but we're going to go ahead and give her a courage, which does bold her. So we will technically need to do that one and then come back. So let's go to bold really quick. And that's this triumph. So prepared is the ability she gets. And then we need to roll a d10 for her really fast. A 4. +1 understanding. Okay. So that was just a little side distraction there. We need to go back to our hunt events and over to 78. Okay. And let's go ahead and roll. Oh, this is an important roll, so let's use the white die and let it be a little bit dramatic for us. Oh, I saw that 10. Maybe that dramatic roll isn't the best, because then you can see how close you were to some things. So 2 to 4, yikes. He was holding an explosive, but you pull away before disaster strikes. Gain -1 accuracy token. Okay, so we'll come over here. That's a bummer because she's our bowman. So we'll come over to her accuracy traits and give her -1 temporary accuracy. But she didn't roll a 1, thankfully. which would have blown her arm off, and then she wouldn't have been able to use a bow anyways. So I guess we should be happy that that didn't happen. But that being said, that does move us into the space with the white lions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we'll go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go ahead and drop him there. And then we'll move this white lion over there. I forgot it always makes you pick where you want him to face. And it kind of randomly sets your people up. And I don't mind those ones, but we're going to move Urza up over there as well. I just want to make sure I don't have... Okay, so Alistair does actually have the strategist fighting art here. So we need to jump into terrain and grab... we need to grab that giant stone face out. So let's view the deck here. There we go. Giant stone face. Let's throw that down. And now we need to pull it out of the box. Right there. Bingo. The stipulations on this is it's got to be 5 spaces away from all board edges, which is no problem. And our bowman is actually Bubbles, I believe. Let me double check. Yes, our bowman is Bubbles, who is green. So Bubbles is going to be one of those two in the middle, regardless. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's just throw this like out here, and then we'll switch Barristan. Let's get Bubbles over here next to it. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why don't we just have her start on it? Right there, I think that's going to be our best option. So that's got that set. Now, Alistair also has Red Fist, which is huge. Each survivor gains a +1 strength token. So I just need to go through all the survivors and give +1 temporary strength. And the temporary wipes at the end of this fight so that you don't accidentally carry him over. It works the same as a temporary token in game. Urza needs a temporary. Okay, so we got Strategist, Red Fist taken care of. None of the rest of those apply. Berserker, Monster Claw, Prepared, Monster Claw. Okay. I believe we are ready to get this fight underway. So we'll just need to pay attention to names. As you hover over them, I've named them so that we can remember who's who, since you can't put colored rings around them in this program yet, which is okay. I do hope it's something they add in the future, though. So let's go ahead and try and get this started. So White Lion goes first, obviously. He will draw a card. Combo Claw. So it is closest threat facing in range. Closest threat facing in range. So they're all 6 away, you know. So why don't we have him go after right here. So let's pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll drop him right there. So he's going after Barristan. Probably should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're actually going to change that and have him go after Alistair, because Alistair's got the armor. If we look over here, Alistair's rocking 2 armor at each location, so we're going to make that audible there. This is a speed of 2 with an accuracy of 4+. If this attack deals damage more than once, draw an additional AI. So we don't want that. Does he have any evasion? No, he does not. Whoops. So we are just hitting on straight up 4 pluses with 2 dice. So let's go ahead and roll here, and hopefully we don't get hit more than once. 6 and a 7. we're going to use a survival to dodge one of those. And we will take 1 damage to a random location for Alistair. That's his head. Okay, so if we come over here to Alistair, take 1 away from his head. Now, this card says if it deals damage more than once, draw another AI. So since we dodged that, we don't have to worry about that, which was definitely the goal. So it's our survivor's turn now. And where's Bubbles' card at? Bubbles is right here. So let's go ahead and try to shoot that clawhead arrow at him right off the bat, which is a 1 speed, 6 accuracy, and 6 strength. But this giant stone face gets +2 range and +2 accuracy. So we'll actually be hitting on 4+, but I think she got that -1 accuracy token. She did. So we'll be hitting on a 5 or better here, which is not the worst odds we've rolled with, I'd say. So let's go ahead and give this a little shake. A 6. That'll do it. So before we do anything, we need to give him the minus evasion. We need to flip that to a -1. Go ahead and throw it up there. So now he's got -1 evasion. This card is now done. And then we got to draw a hit location to see if we actually hit the fella. So we draw Beast's Femur, which has no reflex. She has +1 temporary strength, plus the arrow's strength that was 6, which brings her to a total of 7 against, sorry for the disorientation there, against the White Lions. Man, what does he have for toughness? 8. So as long as we don't roll a 1, we got him for a damage here. So let's pick up this die. Do the dramatic view. I want to do the dramatic view till we hit a crit, because it really is pretty cool looking when you do the crit. 6. That will do it. So we pick this card back up, discard it, and then I'm trying to remember how to draw without. It's not a hotkey, so we'll just have to click draw face down. Throw it over in the wound stack. But that's just one of our mini attacks. Oh, shucks. I forgot to look more in detail at our gear. Because Alistair should have +1 evasion because of this monster grease. Temporary, just so that it transfers over, darn it, but I guess I must have forgotten to look at that. And actually, he gets +1 more evasion because of the vest. So, I mean, he probably shouldn't have taken damage last round, but oh well, that's my fault for not checking into it, but now we know. So we're going to go ahead and go after him. Oh, and let's not forget about this. When you perform a survival action, roll a d10. A lot of stuff. We're just getting back into it, so it's okay. Let's go ahead and move Alistair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have him face this way. And let's get after him with the bone axe here, which is 2 speed, 6 accuracy. Which drops down to a 5 because of the blind spot, and then a 4 because of that -1 evasion. So let's pick up our 2 dice here. We're looking for some 4s for sure. 7 and a 2. So that one's no good. And then let's draw our hit location here. Okay, this does have a wound, which is okay. He's got a strength of 8. Alistair has a strength of 3, which brings it down to a 5. So we're hitting on 2+. Ho ho. Okay. Not a very great roll, but thankfully because of all of our stats, that is enough to do the job. So let's draw this face down, put it in the discard. And let's mark on Alistair's sheet that he did earn that proficiency point for the end of the round because he did inflict a wound. And I'm really bad at forgetting those. So he did wound. There was a wound on that card. He gains the priority target token. Not great, but he is our most armored fellow. They may not have a priority target. There it is. So priority target. I don't know if I can put this on somebody or put somebody on it. I'm not sure they move together. They don't. So we'll just put this on his character sheet so that we remember. Let's get Urza going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Urza is not attacking with something so nice, I don't think. Let's make sure her armor points transferred over. They didn't, because I didn't put her loadout in. So she has a piece of cloth, a white lion helm, white lion gauntlet. Guess I wasn't quite as prepared as I thought, and stone noses. So it won't apply those points to her because it would normally apply it when I click depart. So we'll just have to go in, give her 1 in the waist, 2 in the arms, and 2 in the head. But she is our fist and tooth attempt, because I think it'd be really cool to have a fist and tooth person. So she has monster claw style, which gains +1 accuracy and +1 strength and savage, which I may have to look up savage again because it has been a minute. Let's go ahead and go to the glossary. Let's take a peek at savage real quick while we have a minute. Whoopsies. So savage. Gear special roll once per attack. If you critically wound, cause an additional wound. Oh, that's huge. Okay, wonderful. So let's go ahead and get after it with her, Urza. And she has +1 strength and +1 luck already, actually. So that could be nice. Monster, her fist and tooth is 2 and 8. Let's bring her back up so I can remember this. Okay, so it's 2. So we're hitting on 7s or better, unless she has a... She doesn't have an accuracy boost. So we're hitting on 7s or better with 2 dice. Those are decent chances. I don't hate that. Okay, we got a 10 and a 4. Set those back off to the side. This one we're going to use. Let's go ahead and see what we got. Beast's Maw. It has a failure. Let's do some tallying here. So it has 0 strength is really the bummer. Now, I don't know why she would have... I wonder if she got a permanent luck from her age bonus. She might have. So she actually probably has a better chance of critting than hitting. Because if she gets +1 luck, that means she's critting on 9s or 10s. She's got +1 permanent luck, which would be 8, 9, 10. So she's got +1 strength, and then... Okay, so I think we're hitting on 6+ because of Monster Claw style takes the lion's toughness down to 7, and then she's got +1 temporary strength, which would be 6. So she's hitting on a 6+ wounding and critting on 8, 9, 10, which is huge. Let's get a dramatic view here. We come up just short, right? 8, 7, 6. Yep, we're 1 one short there of doing the wound. So on failure, the monster roars triumphantly. Roll a d10. On a 4+, the attacker suffers 1 brain damage and is knocked down. That was a really bad roll, but I guess we'll take it. So it's a 3. So nothing happens there as a result. I'm not sure Barristan can get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oof. Just barely. Now Barristan is attacking. Is he also using Fist and Tooth? Oh my gosh. And he doesn't get any of the bonuses except Deadly, which is just a temporary luck. We got to get some gear, because when our character died last to the butcher and lost all his gear, we lost a huge chunk of what we were using. So we're really just hitting on 7s plus because of the -1 evasion. So see what we can do here. 1 and a 7. Okay. Oh, I don't want to flip the whole deck. That's my fault. Okay, it has a failure, and it does not look to be a good one. So I think we're pretty much just hitting on 7+. Let's go ahead and pull Barristan up. Yeah, he's just got that temporary strength. And then, well, see, that's the problem. Is when I tab out of the game to go to this character sheet and then tab back in, it rolls. So what do we do there? I mean, I guess we take the crit. It was a roll. It's not like I just set it down. I'll try to be better about that in the future, about not picking up the dice until I'm actually ready to roll it. I apologize for that. But we're going to take it because he's going to be tough to get a hit on with Barristan anyways. So, critical wound on Beast's Paw. Your attack destroys the White Lion's foot. It loses its leverage. The White Lion gains -1 movement and gain a Lion Claw resource. So let's grab a Lion Claw. And we will flip that and go ahead and set it. Which actually I think I'm just going to set it on top of the other bones we got. Keep all the bones together and all the hide and, come on, can't set them very even. And then organs when we get them. So he also needs a -1 movement token. Just that guy there. He needs the wound, which actually in this has savage. Right? No, that's just Monster Claw style. Just the actual fighting art itself has savage, I think, which is the +1 wound. Yes, so that's not something that Barristan has, so that'll just inflict the 1 wound that we'll need to draw face down. Place over there. Yeah. Well, that was a successful attack from somebody I was not sure was going to have a successful attack, so I'll just need to be a little more cautious about when I pick up the dice, I think, so that I don't run into issues like that, because we're more than happy to take the crit, but if it would have been a 1, you know, I like to think I play this game pretty honestly, but that might have been hard to take since I said I wasn't ready, but that's alright, I'll just be better. So we now switch back over to our White Lion's turn. So let's draw ground fighting. Okay. Monster flops onto its side, waiting for attackers to draw near. Do not draw AI. Let's go ahead and knock down. Okay. Now, when a survivor spends their activation in the zone of death before resolving it, big things happen. So we absolutely don't want to do that. So let's set this. Give me a minute. When the White Lion is wounded, discard ground fighting. So we're going to put this on top. We can't do that, because then it would be the first one to get discarded. So we'll just set it here on the board, because we're just going to shoot at him, right? And it's only when they spend their activation, not their movement. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to move 1, 2, and face up 1. Just because a lot of times his 1, 2, a lot of times his reactions are incredibly undesirable as far as attacking adjacent survivors. So we're just going to try to get that out of the way in case he stands up. But we're going to lock down with bubbles here. And time will just basically pass until we land a hit on him with ground fighting. It is a nightmare of a card if you don't have range, but if you do, it really can almost benefit you a little bit. So let's go ahead and shoot this catgut bow, which has an accuracy of 7, which drops 6/5 because I'm on the rock, but it comes back up to 6 because Bubbles has -1 accuracy right now. So 2 dice, and we're waiting on a 6. 7 and a 4. Let's go ahead and move this off. So we draw. No, stop doing that. We draw. I don't think that this failure applies or anything because he's knocked down, and he stays knocked down until he's wounded. So I think we just get to cycle here. This has a strength of 3 plus her temporary strength of 1, which means 4 total. So we're actually hitting on 4s or better. Let's see what we got here. 9er. It's a shame they don't have luck. So this would be discarded. This then gets discarded. And this goes off as a successful hit. So face down, draw, out of here. I hope it builds the deck right. I didn't ever actually count. I don't think there's a way that we can view the deck without actually seeing how many or what cards are underneath it, and we don't want to do that because that would be not great. So let's pick him up. He's back up, and now he's back in action. So let's go ahead and jump in there with Alistair. Throw him up with the bone axe. 6, 5 for the blind spot, 4 because of the evasion, and okay, so 4s or better. See how I didn't grab the dice that time? Learning. We're looking for 4s. 2 hits. It's the first time. Oops. It's the first time thus far. Oh, I gotta quit doing that. So there's our first hit, 1. Our second hit, 2. What do we got? We got one that has a failure and one that has a wound. And they're basically the same. But let's go for the failure first because I think we're going to succeed. Because he's got that strength of 3 plus this 3, so we're actually hitting on 2 plus. So let's go ahead and do this one first. And I'm going to keep doing this dang slow-mo till we get a good one. Till we get a crit. Oh, I was right. We score the hit because we're hitting on 2 plus. So let's discard, not put it there. Discard that. We need to draw this face up or face down. Discard. I'm hoping we're getting fairly close to the end there. And let's roll for this second. Oops, I turned a page on the book. Oh my goodness. Okay, that also hits. Let me... This bugs me that this isn't on the right page, so let's just throw it on there real quick. Showdown, White Lion. Okay. Now we can be done with that. So it is a successful hit, but it was a wound, unfortunately. So let's get rid of this. Draw this face down. He's still got another one. Gee whiz. Snarling, the monster swats back at its attacker. Attacker suffers 1 brain damage. That just happens. Attacker suffers 1 brain damage. So let's take that. And then we perform basic action targeting the attacker. So he will rotate to me. He will then use his basic action, which is 2, 2, and 1. But I've got some stats with me right now that I forgot about. So I've got 2 evasions. So he's 2, 4, 1. So anything sub 4 and I actually don't get hit by it. Ooh, a 4 and a 10. 2 hits. And you know what? I'm not too worried about it, so I'm going to take both of these since they're both only 1 damage. We never know what his next attack's going to be. Legs and body. We can take that for sure. Body and legs. Let's get these out of here. Pick them up. Oh, I tabbed out. Pick them up. Move them. Pick this up. Drop it. So we got everything taken care of there. Let's go ahead and let's try Urza. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's going to be blind spot with monster claw style. Now, why don't I remember? I think we missed with her last time. I think that's what happened. So we're going to go back at it with Fist and Tooth. But hers, she's got that monster claw style. So hers is, I'm still having a little bit of trouble remembering exactly how hers goes. Looks like just +1 accuracy, +1 strength. So we're hitting on 8s. We'd be hitting on 7s because we're in the blind spot. 6s because of this -1. And then 5s because of the +1 accuracy from Monster Tooth. So that's pretty solid. 5+. I'll take that. 9 and 10. That is a shame that we didn't get those next roll because those would have been sweet. So we got 2 hits. Oh, man, one of these times I'll not do that. Okay, Fleshy Gut. I did it again. And Beast's Elbow. These are both kind of nasty. Let's go ahead and go after Fleshy Gut first because he doesn't run away from us if we fail. So we get +1 strength from Monster Claw style. She's got +1 temporary strength right now, which means we're hitting him on 6s or better. But she's the one that we're critting on 8, 9, 10. So I got high hopes here. Come on, show us something good. Let it roll a bit. Toss it. 9. That's a crit for sure. That's wonderful. So let's before we forget, let's go to other on her. Let's give her that proficiency point earned. And then, wow, that's awesome. So great. White Lion vomits all over you. It feels awesome. Gain 1 random basic resource and 3 insanity. She does not need the insanity. That's for sure. 1 random basic resource. We will never say no to that. So let's discard that. Let's discard this and hope that it's the last one. It isn't. Wow. Oh, and she's got Monster Claw style, which means it gains Savage, which means it does 2. That's right? Let's double check. I think it's supposed to wound it again. It actually takes away 2 AI points. Let's see. I thought that's what I read. A gear special roll once per attack cause an additional wound. Okay, so that just means we can't do it again. If this next roll is a crit, it's only worth 1 damage, which is okay. That's alright. That'd be pretty crazy if it was, because I think that rule is actually called devastating, when your weapon always does +1 damage. So we're on the White Lion, and we get to get rid of another AI, which is great. Oh, there's the last one. Awesome. Okay, so now we can go to these. I think we can flip them all. Pick up deck, and then maybe we flip here. Yeah, there we go. And then we're actually just going to shuffle them up a couple times. Then we will pick them up, put them back over here. Awesome. Now we're on to this one, which is not so enticing. I'm not so excited about that. Let's see what we can do. We need, again, 6 plus. Oof. Yeah. Youch. So, let's get these dice out of the way. Full move forward in a straight line. They all suffer grabs, so let's go ahead and move him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because the white lion lost an arm, so he has the -1 movement, but he'll still full move forward. Because he's got a movement of 6, right? Yeah, 6. So he'll still move forward 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I believe grab, I'm pretty sure it knocks him down. Is it in here? No, it's going to be in the... I don't know why we keep coming back to that. I should stay in the glossary. I just want to make sure. I'm pretty sure it automatically knocks him down. Performed by monsters. Perform a grab, place target, knock down in front of the monster. 1 damage per monster level. That's pretty much what I thought it was. So we'll knock him down. He takes 1 piece of damage to his body, which I think might be his. Yeah, it's his last armor point there. And then that resolves that card. So thankfully Barristan still hasn't attacked, so we can 1, 2, peekaboo, blind spot him. He's doing the old fist and tooth attack with really no bonuses, so it's just 2, 6, and then pretty much all the strength. So not high hopes, maybe some high hopes for some hits. 8 and 1. So we got 1 hit. Let's draw this. Oh boy, he's going to keep going if we don't get him. Oh, it's a reflex. So it's going to be happening regardless. I don't love that. Unless we crit here. Come on, crit. Ooh, let's call it a crit. Let's call it a crit. Okay. Not much of a surprise there. We weren't expecting much. So I think he's going to grab again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop there. Knocked over. 1, 2, 3, 4. He would make it there 5. So we're going to take another die of damage to the head this time. At least it's not the body. Okay. And that was our last attack. So it will be Mr. White Lion's turn. Oh, we're way out of bow range now. So priority target. Priority target token goes away when you get knocked down, I believe. So he should lose this, I think. Let me... Priority target. Whenever a monster performs pick target action, priority target token is removed when the survivor with the token is picked, or another survivor gains a token. Oh, okay. So I guess not. So he's going to have to take this next spot of... He's going to have to take this next attack, basically. Which just so happens to be ground fighting. That's huge for us. Because that will basically... That ends his turn. And so Alistair will not be knocked down. He's not going to spend his activation in here, but he is going to hightail it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, here I guess. Yeah, he doesn't have to run too far. So we're not going to spend our activation in his zone of death. We're going to bleed through a few rounds so that we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we would technically end the round here. And he's not going to go because he's knocked down because it's in play. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where we would end. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna get right here. Actually, we're gonna go here with our bowman, who has an accuracy of 7 plus. I don't think these do accuracy bonus, just evasion. So we're hitting on 7s. Yeah, 7s, because the -1 evasion and the -1 accuracy actually pretty much end up canceling each other out. So we're going to be rolling 2 dice and hitting on 7 plus. Let's see if we got it in us here. A 1 and a 3. So that'd be 2 misses, but because ground fighting's in play, he's just chilling. So it kind of flashes back to Bubbles, and she basically just gets to roll until she wounds. 3-5. Next round, can we shoot? Okay, there's 1 hit. She's not the most accurate person with the bow. So let's see what we got here. We draw Beast's Ribs, which has a wound. It's actually a positive wound. So he has a toughness of, let's double check again, I think it's 8. It is 8. So with that toughness of 8, the bow has a toughness of 3, and I believe she has a temporary strength of 1, which means we are wounding him on 4s or higher. So let's roll this with the dramatic view. Let's see if we can get a 4 plus. 7. 7, 7. That will do it. So this discards, oh wait, this had a wound. So if she has 3 plus understanding, and she does not, she only has 1 understanding, so it doesn't matter. So we will discard, and then we actually get to discard ground fighting, and discard his top AI. So we'll draw that. Whoa. Hold up a minute. What happened to the... He's only got 2 health points left? Okay, well. I guess he only has 2 health points left, so that gets rid of that one. And ground fighting is actually his last card in play, which is one of the best ways it can ever work out. So he stands back up. He's no longer knocked down. So let's move Urza up a ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then Alistair's got a good chance of hitting him, actually. So let's move that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Face the blind spot. So Alistair... Oh, we can get rid... No, we still can't get rid of priority target. So Alistair's got the bone axe. So he's going to be rolling 2 dice. Hitting on 6 plus, but we have -1 evasion. Blind spot brings it down to 4 plus. And does he have any accuracy? Alistair has no accuracy. So 4 plus with 2 dice. Alright, 4 plus. 7 and a 2, so we got 1 there. An impervious hit location. Bummer. Let's see if we can pull a Shimmering Mane out of it. This one's definitely going to be the slow-mo dramatic roll, just in case we get that 10. When we needed the crit, we got it. I think that animation is so awesome. Only happens when you roll crits. Okay, so gain the Shimmering Mane White Lion resource. If the attacker's insane, the sheer frustration grants them power. Alistair's definitely insane. He's got 9 insanity, so let's give him a temporary strength. Oops. And then let's get that Shimmering Mane. So we still don't get to remove the AI, but I mean, that's a pretty okay time to roll a crit. So let's come over here, view the deck. We need the Shimmering Mane. Right there you are. Let's add that to our hide resources we've gotten. And let's move Barristan up a little ways. Whoopsies. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just put him here. So the really nice thing is that this lion's just going to activate ground fighting again, which, as we've discovered, is just really nice for us. So we'll go to the white lion's turn. He's going to draw ground fighting. He flops onto his side. We're going to take a step back to get out of that adjacent reaction range. And we are back to Bubbles, who actually has landed a few wounds for us this round. So let's go ahead and make sure we give her her weapon proficiency point. And then we're off with the bow once again. So 2 dice. And we're looking at hitting on 7s plus. An 8 and a 3. Hit right off the bat. Soft belly. It's got no reactions, nothing like that. So with that strength of 3 and her strength of 1, we're doing that 4 plus thing again. Just need a 4 or better. 5. Okay. So that discards soft belly and discards ground fighting, which is our last AI. So that's super nice. He's 1 hit point from death. He does stand back up though. But we're going to orient him back the way he was facing before he got knocked down. So we'll put him that way. And then let's see if maybe Alistair can get in there and finish this. Alistair's with the bone axe. 6, 5 blind spot, 4 evasion. I believe it's 4 plus. Okay, alright, let's see what we got. Oh! Wow. Very not good. Urza's our fist and tooth expert. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we could try her out. Just in case she can. So hers is a little harder for me to calculate. So she's got, with fist and tooth, she's hitting on 8s or better. That -1 evasion brings it down to 7s. And then she's got this monster claw style with +1 accuracy. So it's 6s. 6s or better with 2 dice. A 10. Okay. Now, with this attack, White Lion has a toughness of 8. She has 1 strength from that red fist, which brings it down to 7. Her monster claw gets her +1 more, so 6. But this is where her luck is crazy, because it's 10. This makes it 9, her permanent luck. And then deadly actually makes it 8. So she's critting on 8s or higher. Gotta go dramatic here. This could be the killing blow. Oh my gosh. Not even close, Urza. Not even close. If we're not careful, we're going to end up drawing the trap here real soon. White Lion's turn. He's going to perform his basic action, which is closest survivor in field of view. And I think even though Alistair has the priority target token, I don't think that he can target him because he's not even in field of view. When a survivor gains, only 1 survivor may have. Whenever a monster performs a pick target, will always be picked. Okay, so will always be picked. I'm gonna just go ahead and read that as it's gonna attack Alistair. So we'll pick this up. Priority target's done. Can put it back in the box. And it's 2, 2, and 1. Alistair has +2 evasion, so it's actually 2, 4, 1. See if we can get a miss in here somewhere. Oh, sweet. 2 misses. Excellent. Alright. let's try and finish this. I think Alistair's our best chance. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're going to have to move her first. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the best we're going to be able to do. With our bone axe, though, we got some good potential. 2 dice. Going to be hitting on 6, 5 plus. 5 plus here. 1 hit. Please don't be the trap. Thank you. There is a failure, but with the 3 strength we have there, and his 4 strength puts us at 7 overall, which means anything above a 1, and he's toast. Wow. That will do it. Very close, but that will definitely do it. Alright, so we discard that, and we have successfully whooped up on the lion. So let's go to our contents page. Need to go to our showdown with the white lion and our victory aftermath. So let's make sure everybody got their points. So he got 1. He'll become axe proficient, which will be nice. Barristan, I mean, isn't going to get a proficiency point because we're not doing fist and tooth with him. We got monster claw style. Let's make sure. Yep, she got her weapon proficiency point. And then let's make sure Urza did. Wonderful. Okay, so aftermath for victory. Our survivors gain +1 hunt XP, 1 proficiency level, and rewards, which is just the 4 and 4. So let's go ahead and take care of that first. Let's go down to, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Flip it, put it back. Okay. I want to, there we go. So now we need to shuffle it a few times. And then we want to draw 4 face up. So 1, an organ, 2, a hide, 3, ooh, mystery meats, and 4, another hide. Okay, let's jump over here to our white lion resources. You know what, let's rotate these so that they're this way. No, that's not that important. Okay, let's shuffle these a few times. I can actually do that from here. And we'll start drawing. 1, it's an organ. 2, another organ. Man, we needed some white lion fur. 3, okay. And 4. Alright, so that's all of our resources drawn. So now we actually need to go over to our character sheet. We need to manage departing survivors, give them all their hunt XP. Alistair achieved age 2. And then we need to return and advance year. So Alistair just hit, wow, year 6. Holy cow. He is one of our starting guys. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's been on 6 hunts. Okay, so we gotta go do that milestone event for age. Age. Okay. Now he's age 2, so we're still rolling 2 and adding them together. Let's do you and you. 10. 7 to 15, gain +1 permanent strength. Wow, because he really needs it, huh? Gives him 3 permanent strength. He's now axe proficient, I believe. He is. But that might be our only proficiency. Oh, and fist and tooth proficient. Okay, so we got axe and fist and tooth to grab out of our box here. proficiencies. There we go. Okay. So we need to take axe. Need to draw that one face up. It's not a mastery, unfortunately. But we can put that specialization right here by him. When attacking with an axe, if your wound attempt fails, you may ignore it and attempt to roll again. Huge. Huge. Let's view it here. So we now need, yep, the fist and tooth. And that goes to up here. Our little friend Urza. You may stand if knocked down at the start of the monster's turn or the survivor's turn. The reason I'm going for the fist and tooth proficiency is for the mastery alone, which is really big. Because if you have a fist and tooth master, then everybody gains this. When a survivor is fist and tooth master, they gain +2 permanent accuracy, strength. They receive this bonus even when not attacking with fist and tooth. All survivors gain fist and tooth specialization in addition to their other weapon proficiencies, which I guess is just nice to stand up all the time. But if we can get her to be a master with +2 permanent accuracy and +2 permanent strength, it's just got a lot of appeal. So I just decided to give it a try this time around. Alright, so now we have to return home, which is always a little bit scary. So let's grab this so that we can do all our correct steps. So we gain our endeavors, which it should have gained for us. It did. We have 4. Update our timeline, draw a settlement event card, and resolve it. So let's go to timeline. We will just do a random clinging mist. I do sometimes have a hard time with these randoms because a lot of times they'll pick the same ones a couple years in a row, which just doesn't quite seem right to me, but that's the way we're going to do it. We need clinging mist. There it is. Alright, the settlement is hidden behind a thick green mist. Something about the way the lantern light passes through it makes it seem alive. Roll a d10. Let's get these out of here. I think these are tired. Let's get the white one back out. Oh my gosh. I shouldn't have switched it up. A 1. Where mist touches skin, bright red boils bloom into existence. The painful boils leave the survivors desperately scratching themselves. The returning survivors suffer the worst and must all skip the next hunt. Youch. That's a bummer. That's okay, because most settlement events honestly really suck pretty bad. So it is what it is. So that's the settlement event done, but we have a story event, Armored Strangers. So let's go to contents, Armored Strangers. Yikes. Armored Strangers. You are visited by enigmatic figures fully enclosed in armor. They march silently through the settlement. The only noise is metallic clang. As they pause before each survivor and tap their lantern halberds against the ground, survivors have no choice but to helplessly await their mute deliberations. Add Kingsman to the Nemesis encounter list. Okay, so we gotta go to settlement. That's not it. I think it's already in here, right? Kingsman. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Hopelessly wait their deliberations. Okay, counting people. 7 or less, 8 or more. We have 11. So we fall into that 8 or more category, and we have to roll on this table. Well, it looks like we got the 1 out of... Oh! We got the 1 out of the way, but it looks like we also got the 10 out of the way. Alright, let's see what we got. That's solid. I don't hate that. 8 through 9. The strangers destroy a random innovation. Return the lost innovation card to the settlement's innovation deck. Oh, I do hate that a lot. Because I really like our innovations. They're all up here. It would be a real bummer to lose any of these. But here we are. I think the only fair way to do this is, is to stack them up, shuffle them up, and just draw the top one. Let's do that. Let's set them down and draw. What do we got? Oh, no way. So we lose ammonia, which I believe means we cannot make leather armor, which I was really hoping to do with all that hide we just pulled out. So, ouch. Okay. Let's flip that, pick it up. We gotta go put it back with the innovations. Maybe we'll just draw it right back, because we are probably going to spend one of our endeavors on that. Okay, so we have updated the timeline. No need to update the death count, thank goodness. So I think we missed a milestone, which is the settlement has 5 innovations. Hooded Knight. I don't think we ever did Hooded Knight. We didn't. So we should probably do that now. Just because I don't want to miss it. So, and I think we did. So let's pull up Hooded Knight. I could be wrong. Maybe we did do it. It was a while ago. I feel bad for not remembering. Hooded Knight. If any survivor has the Twilight Sword, they duel. Otherwise, motives are inscrutable. Roll on the mysterious agenda. Let's roll. Mysterious agenda. What do we got? A 9er. 7, 8, 9, 10. Hooded Knight forces a tattered parcel into the hands of a returning survivor with the most hunt XP. Why does this game hate me? If tied, randomize. There are no returning survivors, then the knight leaves with unfinished business. Which is freaking Alistair. My go-to. None of these guys can depart on the hunt next year, though. Right there. Survivor must skip. Barristan has to skip. Bubbles and Urza. That's all because of that clinging mist, which is a nightmare. So now we really got to reevaluate Alistair, because he gets the tattered parcel. So the Hooded Knight leaves with unfinished business, which means we have to add it 4 years from now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Story events. Gotta put Hooded Knight back. And then survivors. So he gets the Twilight Sword. The survivor may select Twilight Sword. It's kind of frustrating because it's not as amazing. And it's really tough because he's too old. He won't really be able to get very good with it. So it's just going to take up a spot. So in our gear, it's a rare gear. Twilight Sword. Now we can add it to his gear grid. It's really not a great card. It says it's got a strength of 12, but I don't believe that's true. I'm pretty sure the strength is, or maybe it does. Maybe it's the accuracy that keeps going down. Let me, I need to actually look at the card itself, so let's grab it out of here. to take a peek at those. No. Adventure sword. Now we're talking. We need to view the deck. Where are you? There you are. Oh man, is it going to be an issue where I can't pick it up? Because you actually, like, you can pick up stuff on the left half, but you can't pick up stuff on the right half. Like, watch, I can select. Okay, I can't even do that. It's a little concerning. Let's just shuffle it up a bit. View deck. Twilight Sword. Ended up. So I should just be able to select it, but I can't. Not a great look for the app. We'll get it. We'll find a way. Unless this is... Damn it! I don't want it to be the last card. Unless this is maybe just... Wow, that's super infuriating. Maybe this is just a sign from the game that I just shouldn't take it. Because it's really gonna not do me very well. There it is. Okay, whatever. Let's just view it so we can remind ourselves what the card is, because we've got it here in the app. So it's slow, cursed, cumbersome, sentient, and irreplaceable. Oh my gosh. Gains devastating 2 when fighting the Watcher. Accuracy is 9 minus the Twilight Sword. Curse of Poots. It really is. Dude, but the rest of this app flows so well, this computer program. We just had one of our boys get stuck with the Twilight Sword. Our boy Alistair here, but we just absolutely smoked this White Lion. So we're wrapping up the settlement phase here, which means we pretty much just have to develop and prep. We're out of here. I need to spread these out. So this is our mystery meat. Put all our bones out here. Hide. Put organs up here. You dug into your gambler's chest anymore yet, Chris? I hope so. I missed one on eBay today. I had it for like 315 and it went for 320 in the last 5 minutes. Horrible. We just lost ammonia thanks to the Kingsman, so we can't turn this stuff into leather anymore. But we do kind of need to get some more gear from the Caterium. We have the helm and the gauntlet. You're currently NLG, huh? Interesting. I'm not totally sure what NLG means, to be honest, but I did hear that Greg was going your direction here soon, so I'm sure he'll bully you into it. Let's get... So really we gotta decide if we want boots or coat. No label, gang. Oh boy. We need to get back together soon, dude. I miss these real non-digital gaming sessions. Whatever. We're gonna go with the coat. So we gotta ditch a fur and a hide. Really? I could have sworn that I heard. Oh, Chris. Oh, I'm so sorry, dude. I actually have an uncle named Chris that I play this game with a lot. I should have checked the last name. Waiting on GCE? That's alright. I've actually heard that there are a surprising amount of no label gang, which is not very cool. Uh, but I dug into it. Um, let's see, it would have been like 4 or 5 days ago when we got ours, and I was pretty happy with it. Been waiting a long time, but uh, I was happy with it, and I was gonna say I don't know. Yeah, my bad. Sorry about that, man. I should pay more attention and read a little bit better, but um, yeah. So, anyways, just trying to finish this up. We are going to give up the white fur and the monster hide, I think. Have you watched some of the videos I posted a while ago? I feel really bad. Uh, that just became uh, kind of wild to do. So I'm just gonna stream this campaign live, probably every Sunday for a few hours, and then hopefully just be able to attach these videos to the playlist when it's over. So we need to get what I just buy. Oh yeah, the chest. Let's see if it'll let me pick up. Is it the skirt? No. Is I pass it? What's wrong with me? There it is. No, it's not the coat. There it is. Yeah, see? I can pick this gear card up. It's a bummer. Okay. So we got the coat. Let's add that in our app here. Gear, Caterium. It is the White Lion coat. That's nice. And then we can't do anything else with the Caterium because we don't have any white fur. But left over from a few weeks ago, we got some Screaming Antelope stuff. We got 2 pelts actually. So we could look into doing some. Yeah, there we go. We got a spiral horn too. Oh, but we don't have a scrap. So let's do a pelt and a bone and a pelt and a hide. We'll just do the. No, let's do the coat and the leg warmers. So we need to subtract our 2 pelts and then go get rid of a hide and bone. Flip that. Stone circle. Got the coat and the leg warmers. Who do we want to give these to? Probably Barristan because he didn't have much. And we gotta get him a weapon. I'm glad I looked at that. Not that that matters too much right now. So now we gotta go storage gear, stone circle. We got leg warmers, coat. Alright. Our one white lion, is it a, oh, it is a lion claw. Alright, I think we're gonna go Katars. because I think we were waiting on a lion claw. These Katars are pretty insane, but you need to get 2 of them, so I'll have to subtract this lion claw and a hide. So I'll need to get rid of 2 hide from here, which we'll just do this. Archive this to gain 2 basic hide. I don't really like the little coat that you can get there, so that takes care of the hide. Now we just got to get rid of this lion claw. I don't think there's any more gear that we can get from the lion that requires a lion claw. No. Okay. And that gets us 2 Katars. That's not what I meant to do. One, 2. And we'll just go here, I guess. Maybe we'll switch the gear. Yeah, we will. I don't have a spear. I guess because I think that's a great cat bone and a lion claw. Actually, I do have a bow. That'll kind of take care of a lot of the range that we have. Yeah, the spear is 1 claw and a great cat bone. I'm mostly just going back to the lion because we need to finish up. We need to get the rest of his gear. But we've got head, body, so we still need waist and legs. So I guess technically I just need 2 more white fur to get everything I need from him, but oh, we definitely want to innovate. So if I go over here, we still have our 4 endeavors. So we'll want to give 1, 2, and 3. So we'll just flip these. Drop them back on there. Spend an endeavor. And let's innovate. So we'll draw our 4 innovations. We got, oh, we did get ammonia back. Ah, it's kind of a waste, but we just lost ammonia at the beginning of this phase because of, oh, who was it? It was the Kingsman came in on Armored Strangers, and we rolled high enough that he only destroyed a innovation instead of people. So he destroyed ammonia. We're just gonna add ammonia back. It's a little bit of a waste, but it's huge for leather making, which we do have the leather worker. We had that full set of leather, and then our character died to the butcher last video and sacrificed himself, so we lost all his gear, which was super crappy. So I don't really think there's anything else I want to spend this stuff on. Maybe a monster grease or 2. I don't remember what the price for those is. Organ grinder. Monster grease is 2 organ. So we'll probably just archive these cards and call it good for those. I'm trying to decide if because I think I'm going to do these streams on Sunday nights, so I'm trying to decide if I want to do one tomorrow night too and then just get that weekly vibe going or what. White lion, we got testes, the eye, and the tail. Flip these. just got basic. Mystery meat. Skull. Why'd you lose the gear? So it was kind of crazy. Let me find his card actually. It was kind of poetic. So we were getting absolutely throttled by the butcher. I think it was an AI. Like we could not even land a hit on him. It was really rough. It was the most recent video uh, when we fought the butcher, and he drew a card. I could have sworn it was one of these. Um, the butcher picked our guy to target until the end of the game. Like he was just attacking the absolute crap out of him. But our character could choose to sacrifice themselves by dying and running off and making the butcher follow him. But we lost all gear with that guy. It was a really unique card. I've only ever drawn it one other time, and it might have not been an AI. It might have been a hit location. Just look here real quick. And I decided to just sacrifice him, even though he definitely had our best gear. But we were definitely headed for a full party wipe. Um, that's crazy that I can't find that card. I didn't think it was a hit location, but maybe it was. Yeah, it was not great. It was a bit of a bummer for sure. Hmm. Yeah, and I might not be able to find it. I think when this posts, I could probably tag you in it when I find it on the previous video. But yeah, it's not in there. That's crazy. I don't remember exactly the situation, but that is how we ended up losing it. I'm sorry, that's gonna bug me. There's no way it wasn't an AI card. Unless it would have been like I don't think it was a story event. Yeah, here it is. I think it might have been this one. Is it this one? Yeah. So it was Lantern Frenzy came into play, and we were just getting throttled. And while it's in play, the butcher gains 2 movement and a speed. At any time, the survivor with the priority target may sacrifice themselves, lead the butcher far away. They perish. Their gear is archived. And once that priority target token guy, I think he had like 4 bleeds, 2 severe injuries. It just wasn't going to happen. So rather than just die, which, hindsight, maybe it would have been a little bit easier to deal with a full party wipe but keep all his gear. Honestly, that probably would have been a bit easier. But we ended up going that way, so. But I'm pretty sure he had a full set of leather armor. So it did hurt a lot for sure. We need to spend our last 3. Yeah, it's a nasty mood. It was not fun. I also kind of want to look at this deck that it auto shuffled and see how close we were to the trap. Oh, you can't view this? Inspect it? Oh, yeah, we were close. It's right there. Interesting. So we can build future locations. We already built a leather worker. Weapon crafter, I just don't really have enough resources for that. Augury is never a bad. What's harvest ritual again? We don't have forbidden dance. I guess we'll just give augury a go a few times. We could lose a resource, but we could gain intimacy. It's never bad to have. So let's, and according to our chart, we actually haven't even triggered intimacy yet, so we have 3 total to spend. So let's start one at a time. Wow. A 1 on augury, 1 to 3, lose a resource, gain an understanding. So we gotta go delete. That's such a bummer. Don't want to get rid of that spiral horn. Let's do lion testes. They're pretty garbage, honestly. But somebody gets an understanding. I should have picked who was rolling. Give it to Bubbles here off the bat. Alright, so that's -1 endeavor. Let's go ahead and try that again. Hopefully with some dramatic effect it does better. Okay, we're done with that. We're gonna let that last one go to waste, because apparently we have lost the dice. Eye of Cat is a good resource. I guess the skull, that's a bummer. But skull, she gets 1 more understanding. Oh wow, which actually gives her insight real quick. This happened in the settlement phase. Oh, she gets Tinker. That's a huge W. I love that one. Tinker, and then oh, I hope it's not a 1 through 3. We need 8 through 10, definitely on this one. Oops. This dice is due for something good. 8 through 10. 4. Which was what? Gain +1 this settlement phase? Yeah, no thanks. I'm just killing all my resources using those. Okay. That would be the end of this lantern year. The really nice thing about this table as well is when you select a new monster to fight, it cleans it up. It cleans up the dice and the cards and redoes it all for you, which is super nice. You do just have to drop these back in the box and it auto sorts them. Since we got everything we need, it'll even do random terrain for you and stuff. Okay, we can flip this back. Now, because of that clinging mist event we got, we will not be able to take any of those 4 survivors back out next year. So it's going to be a fresh year with 4 of our bottom tier guys, which means we may end up going after a white lion again just for safety reasons, because that screaming antelope is a little bit more brutal too. I know. Bill, I failed you guys. I really dropped the ball there for a while. It just became so difficult to do it uh, in person, and you know how summers can get. You get busy. But with this app, I really think or with this program. I'm hoping that I can just stream every Wednesday, the Lantern Year, and then post it to the channel on the playlist and just keep it rolling. So if you can come in and watch it while we're live, it would be good. Famous, huh? Yep. You and you and Chris, the only two that were interested in coming in and chatting, but I'm hoping it works out. It should work pretty well. I move a little bit slower with the app, but it seems to work pretty dang well. So I believe I didn't go back through and look at the comments. Oh no. Gen Con would have been sweet. I'm part of this group on Facebook that they've all been talking about their Gen Con experience, and it sounded like it was pretty legit. I believe you named this survivor, didn't you? Didn't you pick Bubbles? I'm pretty sure it was you. I didn't go back and look, but I was pretty sure. So, okay. Well, I'm pretty sure that wraps up our Lantern Year. You didn't pick Bubbles. I'll have to go back and see who it was. No, no, you weren't Bubbles. You were Bill. Oh yeah, Bill. Bill B. Hey, I got to take out 4 new survivors next year. You know what? Let's go ahead and change that up right now. So Alistair Barriston. We'll just change Bowen because these guys are all technically unnamed. Like I just did random generator names. So Bowen, the leader of next, possibly tomorrow's uh, fight, will be changed to Bill. Oops, no. There we go. And Bill will need to lead next week's party to success. Or tomorrow's party. I still haven't decided. Okay. Well, Bill, thanks for popping in, man. Appreciate it. It's good to hear from you again. Sorry it took me so long to get back at this, but hopefully we will be rocking and rolling from here on out. So, all good things. Thanks for popping in. Smoked this lion, got some good new gear, and we'll catch you next time.